It's week 10 recap time, baby. What a wild week of football we just had. Holy cow. We had some rough beats in our bets, but you know what? We're going to recover. We're going to be fine. And we're going to dive right into all the games. We have a lot to talk about. First, we went 4-6 for the weekend. We're down 1.77 units. A couple bounces here and there. We'd win some units, but we'll talk about that later. For the year, we're 44-47, and we are still plus 4.62 units. So we are in the positive after a wild 10 weeks of the NFL. So it could be worse. First, we're going to get into the fan bet of the week. Brad gave us Christian McCaffrey to get a rushing and a receiving touchdown, and he just missed out. He had a rushing. He just couldn't get the receiving for the $50 win in the betting contest. So it was a good bet, I think. What do you think, Ryan? He almost had it. Jimmy G got a QB sneak, I think.
I think
Right?
if Jimmy G doesn't get that QB sneak and McCaffrey gets a touchdown there, I think he's getting the $50. But unfortunately, Jimmy G sneaks one in and steals a touchdown from him.
Yep, and Elijah Mitchell stole some action from him too, so that didn't help. But anyways, yeah. But here's the good news: we're gonna do the fan betting contest again for Week 11. That's right. Here are the rules. Let's bring those up. The number one thing you have to do before you read all of this is you have to subscribe to the channel. You have to like the video. And then as you can see, all you have to do is leave your handle. That's all we're looking for. Leave it on our social media posts that we do about it. Leave it on this YouTube video, wherever you want to leave it. Just make sure that you leave your handle somewhere so we know how to reach out to you. So we'll do a drawing on Wednesday. We'll pick the winner. And then you guys have to give us your best bet for NFL Week 11 by our Thursday night video that we record. And the payouts are right there, as you can see, based on the odds. Our first fan decided to go big or go home, and he went plus 550 to try to win $50 and didn't quite get it. So it's up to you on where you want to do the odds. But this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm waiting for our first fan winner. So even if you don't, even if you don't know a lot about betting and you're listening, if you're listening to this video at all, you should put your handle and then just figure out the bet later. You got nothing to lose. So we want as many people as we can in here, and then we'll draw the winner. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to hopefully do this pretty much every week, but we'll see. So that's where we're at. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We have 110 subscribers so far, and it's after a couple months. This is so exciting. This is awesome. I love it. I hate losing bets, but I love doing this podcast. So we'll get there. We're up so far, Ryan. It's okay. I know Ryan's frustrated. I'm frustrated at how the last weekend the bad beats we had, but that's betting, and we're going to bounce back. So like and subscribe, please. We appreciate everybody. And let's dive in. Let's first go to the best bets recap page. Let's get this crap over with. Here we go. We got Ryan's bets. Cowboys -4 was a loser. Cowboys were up 14 going to the fourth quarter. Enough said. They blew it. Moneyline parlay, that was probably the easiest win of the day. Giants and Dolphins moneyline. Nice work on that for a little plus 121. Then we had the under 40.5, Cardinals and Rams. Two backup quarterbacks, and they scored more than 40, and it happened on a last-second, pointless, useless touchdown. Oh, don't even get us started, please. We've already vented enough to each other. All right, then we got Steelers money line was a nice win. And then I had the Seahawks +3, Jags +10. Jags was a push at +10, and the Seahawks missed a 2-point conversion. That would have been a push also, but we'll get into that Seahawks crap later too. Bet of the week, Eagles -6.5 first half. That didn't go well. The Eagles suck right now, and I'm pissed at them. I'm angry. Their defense sucked. We'll get into that game too. Can you sense some anger from me right now? Yeah, it's a lot of anger. But over 49 Browns and Dolphins. They just kept scoring, especially the Dolphins. So that was a nice winner for us. And then the Instagram bets from Thursday, Sunday Night Football. Cordero Patterson, we already talked about. He didn't get in the end zone. Eckler was a nice winner, over 6.5 catches at plus 137. So that was a nice boost for us. And then the 49ers in the first quarter. I mean, they struggled all game with a team that was battered by injuries, and they pulled out a win, but they didn't help me with my bet in the first quarter. So, oh man, take a breath. Here we go. I think I can do this today. I got a lot to say. I got there's just a lot happening right now. There's some things turning in the NFL right now where things you thought you knew at the beginning are not necessarily the case. So we'll get into it. That's the best bets. We're going to go over those games, but we have got to go over first this game of the year we just saw, the Vikings and Bills. Holy smokes, Ryan. Vikings win 33-30 in overtime. It was wild. What do you think, Ryan?
Oh, wild. It's definitely a good word to use. I mean, you have two amazing catches in that game. Stephon Diggs with his catch, and then JJ with his catch. That was just unbelievable. Looks like the Vikings are going to be fine. Delvin Cook is going to get into the end zone on a catch. No, offsides. He drops the ball, stuff like that. And then they don't end up scoring. Kirk Cousins can't get in. And then Josh Allen fumbles. Oh my gosh.
It was
It's
on the
just,
snap, I believe, too. I don't think he
yeah.
had the ball ever, right?
No,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
never had the ball. It barely
yeah,
gets to his hands. And then they get a touchdown off that. It's just unreal. Just the emotions of that game. And then overtime.
yeah.
I mean, it's just unreal. The Vikings, they keep finding a way. It doesn't matter. So, like last year, they couldn't find a way. This year, all those games are in reverse and they're finding a way. It's just a comeback after comeback, win after win. You know, just it's great. I love it. Since I put the Vikings on the power rankings, everybody doubted me and they just keep climbing that leaderboard. So, yeah.
Wow. You just keep going back to that. No, the Vikings are starting to impress me. That game again, if you didn't watch it, the Bills had the ball at their own 1 yard line. All they had to do was run the clock out, just push the ball forward, and they fumbled the. This is after they get a goal line stand. They fumbled the snap. The Vikings pick it up, not in the end zone on the one, and then they get it in the end zone. And then the Bills go down and kick a field goal in the last minute, right? Was it to tie
Yeah,
it?
something
Or
like
no, it
that. It
was yeah,
was
yeah,
it
yeah.
was it was
And then
under a minute. Yeah.
yeah. And then we went to overtime. No, and before all that, first of all, let's just get into this real quick. The Vikings to get down there had 4th and 18, was it?
Yeah.
4th and 18. Bills are going to win. It's over. Kirk Cousins, 4th and 18. There's no way you get this. And then he throws a ball to Justin Jefferson, who I believe made the catch of the year and one of the best catches I have ever seen. Roll it. Look at this. Drops back, 4th and 18. Cousins throws a one-on-one ball to Jefferson, and he freaking takes the ball away from the defender with one hand. Reach back. Look at this. It looks like the defender has it, and he just yanks it from him. Somehow doesn't touch the ground, and he holds onto it with one hand because he is what is probably the best receiver in the league right now. Look at that. If you see the back angle, oh my goodness. You think he jumps over him, and he doesn't. I know Ryan doesn't believe it is one of the best catches or the best catch of the year. But this is pretty incredible. So, that helped. They needed that miracle, and they got it. And Vikings don't catch a lot of breaks usually, and this year they are catching some breaks, and they're winning close games. But before we end talking about this game and the wild ending and everything, my Bills got some issues. Uh,
Yes, they
they
do.
struggle in the red zone. They don't have a running game still, and Josh Allen makes mistakes. Here's the deal: from what I see in the NFL, if you have a strong arm, you tend to think that you can get the ball into spaces that most people who know their arm strength, that maybe they have a little weaker arm strength, they don't even try it, and so you make more mistakes. And Josh Allen is making too many mistakes right now. If we're looking at him as an MVP, Super Bowl, all that, he has 10 picks, I believe, on the year already. Also lost 3 or 4 fumbles. He has to cut that out. And I know he's trying to carry his team. Part of it is the no running game. But he has to make smarter decisions. And that pick he threw to end the game in overtime was just ugly. I mean, I don't even know what that was. But they were driving. He didn't need to force it. It wasn't like 4th and 20 or anything. I mean, he didn't need to do that. So the Bills worry me, but I will say this. I told you I liked the Bills to win the Super Bowl at the beginning of the year. It wasn't the best of odds. I would check the odds now because I think when they come out this week, you're going to see the odds pretty good, and it's always a good thing to take the team when they kind of have this mid-season slump. You get the best odds, and then they'll pick it up again. If you remember last year, the Rams did go on a little slump for a few games. That's when I grabbed them, and they won a Super Bowl. I won more money because of it, because of the odds and everything. Something to keep in mind if you still believe in the Bills, because remember, you're never as bad as your worst game and never as good as your best game and all that kind of stuff. So it's ups and downs, but they got to figure some stuff out. What do you think about the Bills? I know you've been worried about them all year.
I'm definitely worried about him, and you nailed it. Josh Allen has to do everything, so he has to be healthy come playoff time and Super Bowls and making runs like that because the running game is not there. And you're right, big arm quarterbacks like to test their skills, not test their skills, but take chances. They're willing to take shots, and that's a bonus a lot of the time. but sometimes it comes back to bite you. And this year it's coming back to bite Josh Allen a bunch. And I think you're right. That's because not of a very great running game. I mean, he is the running game. But Patrick
Yeah.
Peterson on the pick, he read it from the snap. Gabe
Mhm.
Davis lines up on the outside. He talked about it. He's going to do an in breaking cut in the end zone. He does it, and Patrick Peterson picks it off and slides down to in the game. It was a great play by
Yep.
Peterson for sure. So I
And he kind of
definitely,
he kind of baited him a little bit. He didn't just commit because I think he wanted to kind of like, set him up. I'm
yep.
gonna go take this. Yeah. So, it's a veteran play. It was a nice play. The Bills defense wasn't great either, just so we're clear. The yardage was
Hmm.
like dead even, 486 to 481. I mean, you're at home, you're Super Bowl contending defense. You got to be better. So they just have to be better. They lost a couple in a row. I'm still on board with them. I think they're going to make adjustments. They're still going to be right there in the AFC title game against the Chiefs. So if you can guarantee they're going to be in the Final Four, I'll take their better odds that are going to come out. Vikings Bills. What a game! What a catch, Ryan. I'll let you talk real quick. Is there a better catch than Justin Jefferson
Yeah,
this season? Oh,
Pickens.
weird. What
Pickens
is
with
it?
his catch still. Yeah, Pickens with his catch. I think JJ's catch here, there's some luck involved. Obviously, when you're making great catches like this, there's a little bit of luck, but like the defender helped keep the ball in Justin Jefferson's hand. And Pickens' catch, it was all Pickens. He was backwards, sideways, tougher angle, I believe, and he plucked it. Whereas Justin Jefferson kind of fell, and I think their bodies came apart, and it just happened to be in his hands rather than plucked like you know, Pickens did. So I would have to go Pickens still for the best catch of the year. I know I'm crazy. It's not that big of a game. As far as like momentum or the type of catch that is needed, like Justin Jefferson's obviously is a game changer. The
Oh
importance
yeah,
of the catch completely. Yeah,
yeah,
you win that one hands down. Not even question. But if you're just comparing the catch, like if it was first down on both, I think I'm going Pickens.
yeah. And yeah, biggest moment. I mean, that was 4th and 18. He
Oh
doesn't catch
yeah,
that. Vikings lose. They have 2 losses. All that. I did a Instagram, TikTok, all that. I did a video to ask with a picture of what's a better catch, Odell's one-handed catch or JJ's. And unfortunately, I didn't put Pickens in. I do apologize, Ryan.
thank you.
But Pickens and Odell's were kind of similar. And I just think when you have a defender that you're trying to take the ball from, because he did have it pretty much in his 2 hands that you're ripping it from. But we could talk about this all day. Anyways, that game, whoo, baby, there's a lot to talk
Someone.
about. All right. Here we go. Bets recap. We're going to go over all these games. First one, Cowboys -4, 14-point freaking lead. 14-point lead going to the fourth quarter. You're a better team. The Packers have struggled all season long, and you absolutely blow it. McCarthy blows it on his trip back to Lambeau. I'm going to say this. The Cowboys had a chance to win it on their drive, and they got screwed, though, on a PI call. It was second down and they were driving and let's just roll this. Tell me if you see pass interference or not right here. Look at this. CD goes, little slant route, and he's just molesting him before the ball's there. It's just unbelievable. I mean, I don't even understand it. He gets his hands, wraps them around his arms before the ball's even close to coming. So that's a big PI call. You can't say they lost because of that because they blew a 14-point lead. It wasn't just because of a slant non-PI call. But that was brutal, and I never stand up for the Cowboys. In fact, those are two of my most hated teams in the NFL right there. Dak had 2 bad INTs. I think the Dallas fans in the world are really starting to turn on Dak, and I think they don't believe he can actually take this team to the promised land. He had a QBR of like 78, and he's just throwing bad picks. It's just the Cowboys, when you think they're going to turn it around, their offense is coming, and now guess what? Their defense is starting to struggle a little bit. They gave up 421 yards, I believe, to the Packers. That's a lot to this Packers offense. They are not good, and they haven't been good all season. And they were able to run the ball over Dallas, and I just think there's just too many issues. It's one week it's defense or offense, and Dak making mistakes again, and Zeke not running the ball well. So I don't know. What do you think about this game and the
Uh,
Cowboys?
yeah, you hit on a lot of good points. I kind of figured the Packers would be able to run the ball a little bit, but I figured they'd get behind, which they did. So I didn't think they'd be either one to stick with it or make big plays in the passing game because the Cowboys' passing defense was just top tier. And instead, no, that's not the case. Watkins, who can't catch anything all year, ends up getting 3 touchdowns, hits a long bomb. Just a unbelievable bad break for us, and the Cowboys. I'm not a Cowboy fan, so I'm fine with them losing, but not when I got them for a win, at -4. Just like, come on. And yeah, that PI, definitely PI. He didn't grab and pull as much as a lot of the other PIs, so maybe that's how he got away with it. But definitely, he was on his back way early, and definitely pass interference. Um,
Yeah.
Aaron
And
Rodgers threw the ball 20 times, 14 of 20, 3 touchdowns, and like 240 yards. Like, oh my gosh, it just didn't make any
the
sense.
Packers finally ran the ball, which is what they should be doing because Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. But I think their O line played better. This week to me was a lot about who dominated the trenches, and in this game the Cowboys didn't own the trenches like they usually do, and that was surprising to me. So, and we'll talk about another game where a team didn't own the trenches too. It's
Yeah.
pissing me off.
The other thing is Dak Prescott on 3rd down and 4th down, his quarterback percentage and his accuracy is just terrible. I saw something earlier today when I was watching YouTube, and Colin Cowherd, he's like right above Tim Tebow on like 3rd down completion percentage at like 46% or
In
some
his career or season, do you know?
in his career. I think it was his career.
Wow.
It's bad. It's an interesting stat to look up. I didn't get all of it
Yeah.
exactly, but I was like, that's and it showed this game. I mean, there was plays, 3rd
Hmm.
down, 4th down where Dak just didn't look great,
Yep.
terrible interceptions.
CD
Just
CD had a hell of a game. Just saying.
yeah, CD
He's
did
on my
fine.
fantasy team. That's all I know. But yeah, I agree. Dex struggling. Cowboys blew it. You're up 14. Couldn't cover the spread of 4, and you lose the game outright. Just pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. It was still a good bet. I like it. So second one, moneyline parlay, Giants Dolphins. We don't need to talk about Giants Texans for very long. Ryan, this is your bet, but nice win. They took care of business, ran the ball, played defense. Daniel Jones threw it under 20 times. Just typical Giants football, like we're watching every week, and they took care of it. What do you think?
Yeah, if you watch Giants football, you know what it is. It's hand the ball to Barkley. Don't turn the ball over. Daniel Jones get a few touchdowns. Barkley gets some touchdowns. Do your thing. Don't turn it over. Play okay defense. It's not like they have a lights out
Mhm.
shutdown defense. Just play good enough defense where it's gonna be all right.
Mhm.
The impressive thing, they ran the ball 35 times to Barkley. They just stuck with it. Wasn't a great average. Like it was okay, but they just stuck with it. Turn around, hand it off, let him do his
Yep.
thing. So
Yep.
yeah, got the win
I
there.
agree, and I think the Giants defense plays better when they're running the ball, running the clock out. The defense
Hmm.
is on the field for as many possessions and things like that. Um, I'm gonna say something nice about Daniel Jones because I usually don't. We get on Aaron Rodgers for not having weapons, and not Aaron Rodgers, the Packers really. He's still got the arm talent, obviously. He just doesn't have weapons. It's killing him. Daniel Jones has never had weapons. I'm gonna be honest. Um,
No.
And so is it unfair? Listen, we know Aaron Rodgers' track record, so that's why we just think it's the weapons and he's a stud. He's a Hall of Famer, top 10 quarterback of all time, all that kind of stuff. But like Daniel Jones hasn't had good receivers at all. Like I think Romeo Dobbs and Alan Lazard might be number 1 and 2 if they went to the Giants. Like it's there, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I just think we have to keep that in mind when we're judging Daniel Jones. And I'm not saying I watch him and think, God, this guy's electric because I don't see that. But maybe if he had some weapons, you don't know. I don't know. Just a thought I had.
I think I would have to agree with you some there. Yeah.
Yeah, and they keep winning, so he's going to keep his job. All right, Dolphins. We don't talk a lot about this game either. The Browns freaking suck. Deshaun, welcome back from the massage parlor, and you're going to join a team that absolutely sucks. I mean, I think they're just bad. They couldn't get Nick Chubb going against the Dolphins. If you shut them down, obviously Brissett's not going to beat you. And the Dolphins just scored at will. I mean, they did whatever they want. Tua did whatever he want. Their new guy, Jeff Wilson from the Niners, I think he had, let's see, 119 rushing yards. Mostert added another 65 rushing yards. Browns suck. Dolphins dominated. What do you think, Ryan?
You nailed it. When your averaging rush guy is averaging like over 7 yards a carry, football's easy. You can throw, you can run.
Oh yeah,
It doesn't matter. Like you
yeah,
would think that a guy with a average of 7 or more doesn't touch the ball very many times from the backfield. No, they ran the ball a decent amount. Like it's
yeah,
turn
yeah. I
around
know.
2 times, hand it off. It's a first down. Football's easy then. Browns defense is
You know,
terrible, so easy win.
yeah, yeah. And it is easy. Like, and then all of a sudden you do a play action, you just stick it in their gut. Everybody commits because you have to have 7 or 8 guys in there just to try. And
Yeah,
then someone's wide open. You got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. I mean, yeah.
oh,
Dolphins
he just spread it
are
around. It was easy.
Yep. Dolphins are a wild card team. Honestly, they kind of control if anything. I mean, I think they got a chance to do something. Their defense has got to play good, and we'll see. All right, next
Yep.
bet. This may be the worst one of them all. The under 40.5 in the Cardinals Rams. Again, I mentioned it was a Colt McCoy. Who's the other quarterback? Colt
Wolford?
McCoy
Wolford.
and Wofford, I think.
Something
Anyways,
like that.
just the fact that we're talking like this just shows you. And then Colt McCoy got hurt, I believe. So it might have been someone else. I can't think of the name right now. I don't know why I'm having a brain fart. I watched the game. They got screwed. It was 27-10 with like 10 seconds left, 15 seconds left.
Mhm.
The total was at 37. The game was over, and the Rams keep playing because these backup quarterbacks, they got to show what they're doing. They're not on the field for much. And they freaking throw a touch. What was he scrambling? And he threw one in
Yep.
the back, right?
Yep. He was
Back
scrambling,
corner.
running around. Oh no, stop. Look, throw, touchdown. Like, are you kidding me? I'm losing that way?
And a lot of people in Vegas just did exactly that reaction right there. Like, are you kidding me? I lost my under, and we got it at 40.5, which is a good number. Once the quarterbacks were
Mhm.
ruled out, I think this total went to 37, 38. I mean, it was low, and we still got screwed. We got freaking screwed. And I'm not happy about it, but that's betting. We've caught some
Mhm.
breaks before. Listen, a lot of these losses that we have, they're good bets. Like I don't think like, oh man, that was terrible. Why did we do that? I would do that 100 times out of 100 right there. That
Yeah.
divisional game,
Oh
they
yeah.
don't score a lot against each other. Backup quarterbacks, I'd do it again. So it is what it is. Oh, by the way, speaking of sucking, the Rams really suck. I mean, they're a bottom 10 NFL team. Can you believe that? Think about that for a second.
I
Like,
thought I thought they would struggle, but not quite like this. Like I thought they'd still
yeah.
be first place NFC West, but not just rolling, but it's
Mhm.
struggle. Yeah.
Good for them. Good for them. Next one, Steelers money line. Let's talk about a win. The
Woo!
defense, just like I thought. Yeah, winner. The defense was actually energized with TJ Watt back. So this actually went the way I thought it would. Is that TJ Watt, their captain, their heart, their soul, he came back. He made actually some nice plays that game, and their defense played hard. I mean, the Saints had 186 yards of offense.
It's a lot.
186 yards is
Really
not a
moving the ball
lot.
there.
Yeah, yeah. They're now 3-7. That team is fading. The Andy Dalton experiment is not going well. Here's another miracle. Kenny Pickett didn't throw an interception. Just wanted to say that. That's
Woo!
amazing. And Najee Harris actually found a little room, which was surprising. I think when he finally found a few holes, he didn't really know what to do with them. It was shocking to him.
Run to
He had
daylight?
99
What?
yards. I know. He had 99 yards on 20 carries, so a good game. The Steelers want to run the ball and play action and just play D. That's how they're built, and they did it. And the Saints really suck. I overestimated the Saints this year. I did have it with Jameis, but I don't know if that would have mattered. They're just not very good. So yeah, Steelers money line. That's a good win. Plus money win. All right, I'm gonna take a deep breath.
Yeah, I know it's
Seahawks.
coming up. This is
The Seahawks. Listen, just I woke up freaking early for this game. Okay, I woke up with the kids and I said I'm gonna watch it. We have to watch the Seahawks game when it starts. I was a little behind. I recorded it. It's fine. It was a pathetic showing, and I didn't leave it saying, "Gosh, Tom Brady just beat us so bad." No, we sucked in the trenches. Our D
oh,
line
yep.
was playing an offensive line of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I'm going to tell you this right now. They were historically bad. Their running game was one of the worst running games in the history of football, if you look at metrics. The history of football. They're barely running it. Tom Brady was chucking it all over because they couldn't. And then here they come with their running back, Rashad White and Fournette, mostly White, I think, and there's just hole after hole. And then when they passed it, nobody was getting pressure on Brady. It was unbelievable. Our D line went to Germany, had a lot of bratwurst, and couldn't freaking move. They couldn't get off a block. They couldn't stop this running game. Gino was okay. He wasn't bad. He made a few decisions like, come on, 3rd and 2, it's wide open for the run when you roll to the right and you're
Oh
trying to
yeah.
and you throw a ball into the ground. It's like, dude, come on, pay attention to what you're doing here. But other than that, we gave 161 rushing yards to the worst NFL rushing team in the league. I was so pissed after that, and then I had to go into a whole day of football after that. It was tough. It was brutal. If you can tell, my Seahawks blanket behind me, it's not hanging. It's not. It doesn't deserve to today. And I knew we were due for a game like this, but to lose to Brady just sucks. Go ahead, Ryan. Your
No,
turn.
I think yeah, you're right. We were due at some point. I mean, 4-game winning streak, it's gonna happen. But I think you're right. Just the way it happened and the fact it was to Brady and in Germany, just kind of all just kind of only game on national TV, things like that. I know it was
Yeah,
early for a lot of people, but yeah, just a real bad showing. And this is what I was talking about at the trade deadline. I was like, if we really want to make a push, we needed a defensive lineman that can really change things because sometimes this is what it looks like. We just get outmanned or whatever you want to call it on the defensive line. And it looks really bad. It makes it easy, kind of like that Dolphins thing. You want to run? Do you want to pass? Doesn't matter because I have all day or there's holes. And that's what happened to our defensive line on that game.
agree. It would have been hard to get an impact defensive lineman without giving up, first round pick, second round pick, or something. But
I agree.
but
I
I get
agree
I
with
get
that,
what you're
but
saying.
yeah, like I don't know. There's no guarantee that your pick's gonna hit. So
Hmm.
if proven commodity, then go with it somewhat. But
Actually, we
yeah,
do know we rarely ever hit on a first round pick. It's kind of
really,
consistent. Yeah, yeah. Where's
yeah.
Kristen Michael? Um,
Don't know.
other than that, what I do worry about with this team, and I'm just amazed they're doing what they're doing. So I'm not going to just be pissed to them falling apart or not winning the Super Bowl. Like this team is young. They got a lot of rookies starting. But if teams shut down Kenneth Walker and Geno has to carry us, it worries me a little bit because
Hmm.
I think Geno's obviously at his best when he gets that running game going. He can get a play action and he got those receivers. So like a lot of quarterbacks. But
Yep.
that was a terrible performance in Germany. We are sorry to the German people for that performance that we put on, and hopefully we'll never be back because we are better in the United States of America. Okay,
That seemed like a
here we
great
go.
crowd though. The atmosphere and everything, just even from like the TV perspective,
Yeah,
looked like it would have been a really fun game to be at. Like fans singing
weren't they singing a
Christmas.
song?
Yeah, yeah,
Take me home. That's great. Yeah, they were
yeah.
good, and it's a huge stadium because it's soccer, and they just have millions of people that go to a soccer game.
Yeah, no,
Ryan, whose
it was a good
soccer
time.
team? Who was the soccer team in that
The,
stadium?
the German soccer team.
Good answer. Good answer. That's as much soccer as we're talking because that sport sucks. Okay, here we go. My daughter does like soccer though when we play outside, but she picks up the ball with her hands.
Yeah,
I
that's
scold
fine.
her, but I get it. Like, come on, how do you not use your hands in a sport? Anyways, all right, enough of that. The other part of that parlay was the Jags plus 10. They lost by 10. It was a push against the Chiefs. Not a lot to talk about. Chiefs won. They took care of business. They used Kadarius Tony, the new receiver they got,
Mhm.
and he had a pretty good game, 57 yards on TD because I think Juju got knocked out early in
He
that
did.
game,
That
if I
looked
remember.
bad. Yep. Hmm.
Yeah, that wasn't pretty. So Pacheco got going with 82 rushing yards. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is kind of just I don't know. He's
Gone.
just not really. He's not
Gone.
really a
Yeah,
part of
I
the team. He
know.
had
He's on
no.
my fantasy team, and
Yeah,
it's terrible.
yeah, he was like a first rounder 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Like as a rookie. Oh, this is the next big Westbrook or Bryant, all that kind of stuff. So,
Hmm.
anyways, Jags plus 10, good win by the Chiefs, and good day by the Chiefs because the Bills lost, so that helps them trying to get home field advantage.
Yeah.
Over 49 Browns Dolphins. We talked about this a little bit, and it was an easy winner. Browns defense sucks, and Chubb couldn't get going, but we still got the over. I did expect a little more out of Cleveland, but Miami did pretty well defensively. So we already talked about that game. You got anything to add to that? Over 49?
Nope, I don't think I do. The Dolphins can score. I'm glad the Browns picked it up a little bit to score because that would have sucked if you Dolphins get 39 and we still
Yeah,
miss. I would have been pissed again.
yeah, I know, and I'm surprised it didn't happen. Let's finish with a really good bet that I made. Eagles Fly, Eagles, fly, but you didn't fly at all. Eagles minus 6.5 in the first half. And I even gave it out as my bet of the week. I put it on TikTok, put it on Instagram, and you freaking embarrassed me, Eagles. You're on my do not bet list right now. That's 2 weeks in a row you've let me down. Their defense looks so bad. Like, so bad. I mean, this defensive line is supposed to be, tops in the league. They dominate the trenches, and we've been talking about it all year. In the last couple games, it has not been that way. And tonight, the Commanders were able to do whatever they wanted, especially in this first half. They scored 17. They were on pace for 34 points in this game. And I think the final score was 26-21. Is that right? Something like that.
Uh,
So
Yeah,
It's actually about to come
32,
up right now
yeah,
if you want to see.
32-21. Good timing.
Okay. Okay, so they obviously that's good. So they obviously got an extra little garbage touchdown or something. But the Eagles just there's something missing right now, and they're allowed to lose. Listen, you can't win every game. So
Well,
I'm
you
not
thought they were
saying
going
they're
to.
just yeah, I did think they were going to. I said no worse than 16-1 though. Remember that.
Yeah.
So they got some problems. I don't know what happened to their D line. I apologize to everybody for that bet. I don't know what happened. Ryan,
I
please explain it
I
to me.
think their big defensive lineman got hurt, and I think he might have got hurt last week, if I remember correctly. Not 100%
But they
positive, but
have
I'd
like
have to.
7 good ones.
You're right. That's what confuses me. Like, so you missed one big giant rookie, and that's gonna make your defense suck against the Commanders this
Yeah,
bad? I don't
no,
think so,
une-
but
unacceptable.
totally right.
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
They had injuries. I know AJ Brown went out and then came back in. Devontae Smith, same thing. It's just unacceptable. They look terrible. They're at home on prime time football, and they put up that outing. And it's just, it's a wake up call for them. I think they're going to be fine still in the NFC. That sucks, but whew,
Sometimes a loss like this helps, kind of brings you back to reality. Like,
it
oh,
it does.
like even
Yeah,
though we were thinking we were top dogs and playing still hard, it's still
agree.
everyone's in the NFL for a reason. They're all
Yep,
pros.
I agree. I think Taylor Heineke should be the quarterback of the Commanders. I like
Absolutely.
watching him play.
Mhm.
And Carson Wentz is almost due back, and they were talking about how Taylor Heineke's time is almost up. It
No.
better not be almost up because no one
No.
likes Carson Wentz and he sucks. So Taylor Heineke needs to be the quarterback. The
Well,
Commanders are a 500 team. They're playing well, and in the NFC, they're a playoff contender right now,
just get
easily.
in. Yep.
So Eagles, if you're an Eagle fan, you better hope this isn't like a few game slump because in your division, you don't have a lot of room for those. You
No.
could go from being an undefeated number one team to third place in your division in a wild card, or even second place gets you a wild card. So, anyways, we'll see. It's one game. You can't win them all, but that freaking pissed me off. Let me tell you. I work hard on these picks. And so when they
That's
just blow chunks like this, it just drives me crazy. And our week wasn't terrible. We lost over about 1.5, 1 3/4 units. We're up for the year, so life is not falling apart. But I wanted better. Ryan wanted better. It's all
mhm.
right. All right, deep breath. That's week 10. It was interesting. We're gonna get into. Just gonna talk about the big games really quick in week 11 before we wrap up. Breaking news: there's not many of them. The only big games we have are Thursday night football. So let's talk about that real quick. We got Titans at Packers. Um, this is hard for me. There's two teams I don't trust. The Packers are 3-point favorites in Lambeau. Um, Tennessee's got to travel to Green Bay. They're barely going to get any practice. Ryan, take it away. You like the Titans. Do you think they can go in there and run all over? I will say the matchup's decent for them because the Packers are a good pass defense, but are not a good run defense,
Right.
which doesn't help at all against the Titans because they just want to run the ball. So matchup wise, I like the Titans a little bit in that part of it. +3.
I would have to go Titans on that one. Packers, I think they just got, an emotional win, got a victory. But like I said, I think they hit some plays that they normally don't hit, but maybe it turns around and this is the kind of the kick in the butt and get them going. I don't think so. The Packers haven't looked good all year. And the Titans, I know they
No.
don't look great, but they find ways, kind of like the Vikings. Vikings actually score points and, have weapons, but the Titans, the
That's
Titans
true.
find
That's true.
ways.
Yeah.
And they know who they are, and Ryan Tannehill being back helps. I'm gonna have another week to recover from his injury, so I'm liking the Titans. I don't see how it's a +3 already for the Packers in this. This
Yeah, I don't understand the
mind-boggling.
line
Like
at
the,
all. And the over under is 42.5. So if I had to pick a spread or an over under just right now, early in the week, it's not an official bet or anything. The over under is 42.5. I like the under in this game.
hmm
These are two defenses that are pretty good. Other than that, I'd go Titans +3 probably. Maybe see a team total for the Titans and see what that's at. Maybe go over on that just because they can run the ball. But a lot of running the clock out here. I just see a lot of running. So that's why I lean early.
I'd be
Only
right
other
on
big
board.
games. Yep, Cowboys at Vikings. I'm not sure what's happening with the line right now. The Vikings are 1 point underdog at home against the Cowboys, and I'm really freaking confused. So I don't know if I missed a Kirk Cousins injury. We're early in the week, or something
Right.
happened.
He got
I get
rocked
the
pretty
whole
good.
letdown.
So.
Yeah, but I get the whole letdown and all that,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna be honest, like I don't get it. I just don't get it. The Cowboys aren't that good. So if nobody's hurt and there's no big injuries, I can see this line moving, and I'm sure by kickoff the Vikings will be favored. It seems like a trap game, but I don't see the Cowboys going into Minnesota and winning. But then again, Vikings are only one loss, and then they're probably due for a loss too, right? Soon. So
That's
NFL's
the
weird.
thing,
It's
yeah.
freaking weird. Yeah. So anyway, Chiefs Chargers is also a game. I think that's Sunday Night Football. Chiefs are like a touchdown favorite in that one, which seems like a lot for a divisional game.
Mhm.
But Chargers kind of have their number a little bit. So yeah, that's a decent one. And then Monday Night Football, Mexico, 49ers and Cardinals in Mexico City. I don't know if it's Mexico City. It's in freaking Mexico. That's all I know. Okay. Um, but they're gonna eat some tacos and play some football. It's gonna be fun. Two teams that are not playing well right now.
No.
Uh, 49ers are like 8-point favorites right now, which is a lot, and some of that could be because we don't know if Kyler's playing yet. He almost played last week, so I would think that he's going to be okay with an extra day. Also, another week. I like Cardinals +8 if I had to lean one way, but I have to look at the history on these two teams, exactly who dominates who. I I don't. I'm sure the 49ers dominate the Cardinals. I know the
I'm
49ers dominate the
sh
Rams and us,
Yeah, I'm
but
sure you're probably right. I mean, there's a lot of
yeah.
teams that dominate the
It's a weird
Cardinals throughout
carousel.
history.
It's like the Rams dominate us, right? And we dominate the Cardinals. It's a weird little
Yeah.
circle. But yeah, other than that, guys, there's some bad games in week 11. I'm not gonna lie. There's bets to be made, and winning is our top priority. And we're still gonna win some money. But just competitive wise, and the teams like there's some just ugly like bottom 10 teams playing each other, two or three different games. It's bad. So but yeah, Thursday night's not a bad one. I'm gonna get out a Thursday night bet on social media, so be sure to follow us there. Let's bring up this fans contest. Do not forget, we are doing this fans betting contest again for week 11. Who's going to be that first winner of our betting contest? Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave your handle on any of our social media videos on this video. And then there's the odds to try to win. If you don't know much about betting, it's all right. If you need our help with it, we'll help you a little bit. We won't tell you what to bet, but we can kind of help explain how it works and all that. So this will be fun. If you're watching this video, leave your handle. If I see 50 views on this video and we don't have 50 handles, that's not good. That's just how it works.
Wow.
No, just please. It'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. Just do it. You got nothing to lose. Let's try to win some
Yeah.
money and have some fun doing it because betting's awesome. Sports, football, it's all fun stuff. So thanks again to everybody. We really appreciate it. We're gonna do our NBA video next week. We're following it every week. Not much to talk about every single week, but I am going to be doing a best bets for the NBA tomorrow. So be sure to stay tuned for that because I'm on a roll with some NBA bets right now. So that's what we're doing, giving out NBA bets on social media daily. And then we got our NFL best bets video coming out Friday morning. So stay tuned for that, maybe Thursday night. And we'll have our next fans bet. So, Ryan, you got anything else to finish off this freaking crappy week 10?
If I was to make a bet, this would probably be a bet for the lowest week ratings for TV ratings in football history. This week has
Week
not,
11 coming
yeah,
up, you mean? Yeah.
week 11. This is gonna be a bad week of football as far as
Let me,
competitive gambling, betting, smart bet smart and stuff like that. But as far as football entertainment wise, 3 good games, that's it. Like, ugh, that's
Yeah,
brutal.
let me just tell you about some of them real quick. Bears Falcons. Who's excited about that?
I want to see
Commanders.
Justin
What?
Fields. I want to see Justin
Yeah,
Fields run around.
that's
That's
true. Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a good running back. And then Commanders Texans. Jets Patriots probably one of the best games of the week actually too. Then you
Hmm.
go Lions Giants, Panthers Ravens. Bills are playing the Browns, who they should blow out. Raiders Broncos. That is maybe the worst game of the weekend. That is so bad. Russell Wilson lost again. We didn't talk about that game. Congrats to you, Russ. You're really solid. Bengals Steelers, and then we get into the prime time, which are okay. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not pretty, guys. Oh, Rams Saints. I'm sorry, that one too. Name wise, it looks great.
Oh yeah.
Talent wise, it's freaking horrendous. And guess what? Cooper Cup ain't playing either. So that's
Yep.
even worse. That's gonna
Yeah.
get ugly. What's the over under that? It's looking at 39.5 right now. Whoo, I might take an
Ooh.
alternate line and go under 30. at like plus 400. I don't know. That's
Those
just not
stupid
going to be
backup
good.
quarterbacks though could bite you in the butt again, like they did earlier this. Yeah.
True. Or Taysom Hill could go for 3 TDs. Seahawks.
Yep.
Anyways, yeah, that's it. We're done. Thank you to everybody. Appreciate everything. This is awesome. We're about halfway through. Let's keep chugging along. Have a good week. We'll talk to you soon.